Marvel and Disney, don't f this up. Don't f it up. Just don't let us all down. Because lately, I gotta be honest, I mean, I haven't really been excited about any of the Marvel Studios properties in a couple years. I didn't see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, so I don't know how that went. I don't know if it was any good or not. I do know I'm not going to the theater to watch it. I'm going to watch it on Disney Plus. When Doctor Strange shows up in the movie, they really get to showcase their creativity. So I don't know. Anyway, this isn't about Doctor Strange. This is about Daredevil. Daredevil was a fantastic show on Netflix that I recommend that you still watch. Still some of the best stuff that Marvel has done, whether it's a show, movie, anything on screen. Daredevil is some of the best it has to offer. It was known for its grittiness, how grounded it was, how believable it was. Even though Daredevil obviously is a superhero, I mean, if there was a superhero that had his abilities, that probably would be what it was like. Plus, Daredevil introduced shows like Luke Cage to Netflix. Jessica Jones came out on Netflix. Iron Fist came out. Another one that I didn't watch. Didn't hear great things about it. Let me know if it was good or not. I don't. I mean, I know that the consensus in large is that it wasn't that great. But just let me know. I did watch The Defenders, and I'm missing one. Punisher. Punisher was excellent. All right, so anyway, Daredevil was what kicked off all of those shows on Netflix, and for a while they had a really good thing running, man. It was like, it was popping. It was good. It was like, man, I couldn't wait for the next Daredevil season, the next Punisher season, especially. They introduced some really dope characters. Rosario Dawson was up in that thing. I love me some Rosario Dawson. So anytime I see her, I know it's gonna be a good time. Everybody knows that this was coming. Ever since we saw Charlie Cox as Daredevil show up in Spider-Man No Way Home, we all knew that they were gonna start coming out with these Netflix shows, at least some of them on Disney Plus. Especially since a lot of them were critically well received. Man, they can fumble this if they're not careful, because I gotta tell you, man, the last few Disney joints on Disney Plus, the last few Marvel joints haven't really been that great. I mean, you had WandaVision, which started off strong. It started off really interesting, real like mysterious and everything, but then it got real formulaic in the last couple episodes, so it's like, all right. And then you had Loki, Loki was okay. All right, Loki wasn't trash, but you had to really be like, I don't know, Loki was alright. I'm not gonna hate on Loki, but it wasn't mind blowing or anything. It did introduce some interesting new characters, and it did dive deeper into the multiverse stuff that Marvel is so obsessed with now. So, you know, I mean, that was cool. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was okay. I mean, it was alright. Hawkeye was lackluster. I mean, they did some cool things with their characters, but it was just like, alright. I mean, okay. But just one thing I really hated about Hawkeye, which kind of does tie into Daredevil. They brought Kingpin from Daredevil Netflix shows and put him in Hawkeye for a couple of episodes and killed him off. It was stupid, okay? It was dumb. They killed him off. Like, what? Like, why? He was one of the best parts of Netflix's Daredevil, especially the first like two seasons. He was a really strong villain in that. Although sometimes, you know, I had my issues with him in the third season. He kind of overplayed it a little bit, but he was dope as Kingpin. But now he's gone, so I don't know. Another dope character in Daredevil was Bullseye. He was really, really dope. He had a really cool backstory. And to watch him kind of develop into the character, into the antagonist that he was really good to see. I don't remember what happened to him in the Daredevil series though. Is he gone? I don't remember what happened to him, honestly. Let me know what happened to him if you remember. Bring back Rosario Dawson, okay? Another thing is Daredevil came out back in, I think it was 2003. Let me double check. 2003. With Marvel's complete obsession with this multiverse stuff, I would not be surprised if I saw Ben Affleck back as Daredevil in some capacity. Maybe even one of the characters from that movie. Maybe the multiverse Carmen Electra, who was in that movie, that Daredevil movie in 2003. Maybe that'll even happen. I wouldn't put anything past Marvel at this point. They have so much freedom with this multiverse stuff. They can literally do anything. They're literally making up the rules now. So there's nothing that they can't do. There's no character they can't bring back. Whether they were from, I wouldn't even be surprised if they brought Blade back up in here from Wesley Snipes in this joint. I wouldn't be surprised if he made some kind of appearance sometime down the road. They're really reaching into the bag now, Marvel. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm just not excited anymore about Marvel properties. It hasn't been, I haven't had that level of anticipation since, you know, Endgame's coming out, Infinity War's coming out, the Iron Man stuff's coming out, the Civil War stuff. I mean, all that was incredible. All that was great. I think a lot of that has died down now. I don't know if that has anything to do with just fatigue in that genre in general, or if Marvel is just at this point just kind of, maybe they're just not as focused as they used to be. Maybe they're just not as, you know, maybe the characters aren't as interesting, or maybe the writing isn't as good, or maybe it's a combination of all of that. But how do you feel about all the Marvel stuff coming out now? You think it's still as good or as anticipated as it used to be back in the, you know, I don't know, from 2015 to 2019, 2020 era? I don't know, to me it's not, but I have high hopes for this Daredevil show, largely in part because I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil. Rosario Dawson, hopefully she comes back. And I mess with that dude Stick. Is Stick still around? If you remember Stick was in the original Daredevil show on Netflix. He kind of like trained Daredevil and stuff like that. He was a really cool, dope character. I hope he comes back. I can't remember what happened to him though. Somebody tell me what happened to Stick. Go ahead and spoil it. I don't care. Daredevil has been out on Netflix for years now. Let's just spoil it. Don't fumble it. But thanks for watching. Those are just my general thoughts on this news that there's going to be a Netflix series with Daredevil, and I'm assuming that's going to open up a whole other lane for those, you know, street level Marvel characters. You know, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica, all those characters that were in the original Netflix series. So we'll see how it is, man. But I really hope it's good. I have high hopes for it because I still like the characters. You know, I still like Daredevil. I still like Jessica Jones. I don't know if I like Iron Fist or not, but I still like Luke Cage, and I still definitely like the Punisher. That was really dope. Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you next time. Peace.